See, okay, so let me share my screen. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, in the last class, what we discussed about the galleries related, how many types of galleries are there, how you can load the data into the gallery, and what type of different properties of the gallery, everything that we discussed it, right? Okay. Hmm. Today we need to discuss more, like, one second. One second. Yeah. So see, every from this Saturday onwards, every Saturday class will be there. We don't want to skip anything. We want to complete it as soon as possible. Okay. So let's see. Okay, so in the last class, what is gallery and what is different elements or anything that we discuss it, right? Like a rectangle shape, label, gallery, what type of galleries are there, how you can take the gallery, which type of gallery you can take based on the scenario that we discuss it, right? Okay, so like not only this one, like in this particular customer details, see here, I'm loading the customer data, and when I'm clicking on this particular customer data, I want to come to here. That's the reason this is a parent screen and these are the child one. Okay, now what I want to do is, see here, suppose for example, I told you, right, in the gallery we can hold only maximum three columns, 3 to 4 columns. That's it, including image. Including image, if it is there, the 4 columns like that. Maximum 3 columns we can show it. Okay, which that means can we show more than one column? Yes, but directly it is not possible. We can show more than one column, but directly we cannot show the columns into the gallery. Okay, that means by writing some formulas, okay, by writing some formulas, okay, by writing some formulas, okay, you can call multiple columns. Understand or not? Let's see how. So by using formula, how we can call multiple columns into this one. Okay, let's see. Suppose for example, in this customer details, whatever gallery is there, see here in this gallery, what type of column? There are three types of columns. It is like like it is, suppose if you selected the first one, like immediately what name it is, agent name, and or else in the gallery. Okay, in the gallery you have to select the gallery. Under the properties, click on edit option. See here, it is agent name, customer number, first name, like that it is showing, right? No, actually, see here. See, if you want to change the columns also, you can change it. See, not only taking the columns here, whichever columns you want, you can call here itself. Suppose, for example, I want first name column, I want last name column. Then select the column and here click on this particular drop down, and which column name you want, you can, suppose, for example, I'm displaying a date join. I'm selected here. See here, date joined value is displayed here. That means in those three columns, you can call any column. In those three particular in those particular elements, okay. That means in that particular elements in the gallery, only three elements only we can take. In those three elements, you can take like any type of column in that particular data source. Okay, so how you can take it means, so by default, few of the default three columns it will takes by Power BI, Power Apps. Okay, So you can change it by your own requirement. So I want to display different three different columns from the data source. Like instead of showing date joined, I want to show first name. I want to show last name is the second element. I want to show agent name is the third one. Like that, whichever columns is required. So you have to select the gallery. Under the properties, click on edit option, and whichever columns is required, you can change it here. Or else, if you select the first row, first value, in the here in the formula bar also you can change the column name. Okay. So if you want to change the column name, always you have to call with this item in the gallery. Not only in the gallery, in the form also. Like if you want to call any particular column, if before the column name you have to call this item means that particular column, that particular cell column value. Understand or not? So that's the reason this item dot, you can mention any type of column. Like see here, agent name, customer number, all the things it is displaying. If I want to display location, then what will happen? This item dot location, like this. Not in every element you have to call like this. In only few of the elements like gallery and forms only. Understand? Sorry. So in the gallery and forms only, you have to call any particular column with this item dot column name, any column name. So whenever you type like this item, okay, dot, then automatically in that particular data set, what columns are there, all the columns it will comes. And whichever column you want, you just need to select that particular one. Suppose passport number. See here that it will comes here. That means in that particular in the gallery, whatever default columns are there, in place of default column you can take your own columns also. So if you want to take your own columns, means select the gallery. Either you can click on add in the edit option. In the edit option, you can take any particular, you can select whichever columns are required here itself. Understand or not? Or else you can select a particular one here. Directly you can select it and change in the formula bar itself, whichever column is required. Not only this one. So, and one more important point is, suppose I want to change this name. Like this, you can select it and you can change it. But this selection, see here, you are selecting. If you click on this particular one, automatically the first element is selected. Understand or not? But this selection will be first row only, it will be selected. Suppose if you go with the second one, see here, when you click on the second one, if I try to click on the second one, you are not able to click on only in the first option. That means in the first element, if you change anything, automatically it will be affected for all the rows itself. Suppose if you pass the passport number for this one, automatically first element is passport number only, it will show. Understand or not? That means if you change anything in the formula bar itself, means select directly select that one and click on that one. In the formula bar, you can directly change it. But this option for in the first row only, this will be there. Okay. When in the second row, if you try to select the first element, you are not able to select here or anything you can select it only in the first row. In the first row of the gallery only, in the first list of the galleries only, you can select it any element or any item. Understand? Second rows onwards, if you click on this particular one and change it, means you cannot, it is not possible. In the gallery, in the first row items only, you can select any particular item and change whichever column is required in the formula bar itself. Understand clearly or not? Very, very important point. Understand? Like whichever option is comfortable to you. Either you can click on edit option and you can add the field, add the columns, whichever columns are required, or else, and in that, for in the gallery, in the list of items, in the first list, whatever item you are selected, and you can change directly column name here itself. But column name always you can call with this item dot column name, like that. Understand? Don't forget it. Very, very important. Understand clearly or not? Okay. This is how it will be there. Okay. And another important point is, like, see here, another important point, what it is there. Next one. Okay. So like this, it will be there. Like whichever columns is required, you can call those columns in the gallery itself. Like Vijay, in the same three columns itself, in the same three items itself, in the gallery, maximum three items only we can take it. That means maximum three columns only we can take it. In that, so can we use more than three columns into that one? Directly, it is not possible. By using formulas only, we can achieve it. Suppose, for example, see here, and suppose, for example, actually, this is the one like what is this one? Like I'm writing first name here, and the customer number. In place of customer number, what you have to do is agent name, and in place of body, in body, I'm selecting as like location, like this. This is what I'm choosing, like this. Understand or not? Okay. So here, what will happen here? It is like, suppose, for example. Okay, I want to call multiple columns in any of the three items. Then directly it is not possible. By writing some formulas, we can achieve that one. How we can do is, so I need to, in this particular first item is there, right? In that first item, I want to take first name as well as last name column. Okay. But here directly only one value on one in each item, one value only it will show it. But that one value by using formulas, you can take multiple columns into that particular formula and convert it into one value. That is what our target is. Suppose, for example, in this one, instead of only showing first name, I want to show the last name also here. Then which function we have to use to take it as a first name as well as last name in that particular item? Okay, what function it is? We are showing the records and the details, but end user, how can they understand this is the name related agent name? They, because see Prabhavati, like it's this data is related to their data only, right? The customers data only, right? End users data only, right? They will definitely, they will understand it what it is. Understand? Because if it is showing like something like name, it is definitely they will, because the data whatever it is given by the end user only. End user knows each and everything what column data it is like that. So if this gallery is not able to understand, so which column it is, what is that particular label name for this, you have to put it, means then you better to use the form of that. Understand or not? That means based on the client requirement, what it is there, then with that we can take that particular element and we can represent that data in that particular element itself. So if it is like whichever name it is, like whatever value it is showing, that value is indicated to which column you want to know. Then better to, instead of using gallery, better to use data table. Understand or not? Is it clear, Pravati? Yeah. See here. Okay, so in this item itself, I want to show multiple column values. In a single item, I want to show multiple column values. That means I want to show first name, last name in this item. Then what you have to do, which formula it is? Concatenate function. Okay, very good, Prabhavati. Okay, concatenate function. So in this concatenate function, see here, concatenate. See, in this concatenate, which columns you want to, you know, right? What is concatenate will do? Concatenate means combining multiple columns into single column, right? So that's the reason I'm using concatenate function. Okay, concatenate of this item dot, what is that one? First name, comma. Okay, so this item dot last name. Okay, like this. Suppose if you mention it, see here, is there any space in between first name and last name? There is no space. I want to give some space. Then what I have to do? In between the first name and last name, put another comma. Inside, in between that, in the double quotes, you need to give some space here. Okay. See here. Now we can easily identify which is the first name and which is the last name. Understand or not? Okay. So you understand or not? In the gallery, so not only calling the in the gallery, you can call like maximum 3 to 4 columns into that one, including images. If you want to call more than those columns, means directly it is not possible. By using a functions, you can in each item you can display multiple columns into that one. So in that, if I want to display means by using concatenate function, concatenate means combining multiple columns into single column. By using this concatenate function, we can combine multiple columns into a single column. That value we need to display it in this item. That's it. Understand clearly? Okay. This is how it is happening. Understand clearly? Okay. So, and not only this one, like whenever we are going forward, all the functions one by one, we need to cover all the things. Understand clearly? Okay. See here. Now, what I need to do is, see here, this is a screen. Okay. That means in this one, like, what is this one? Like, detail screen, home screen, like home screen. We can mention like home screen. Okay. So now what we need to do? So I'm implementing in the home screen itself. I'm taking a button in the customer details screen. I want to show the customer details. Okay. Then what I need to do is if I click on this particular button, then I need to go to the customer details. Understand or not? That means whenever I am performing a button action, automatically it will be, that means it need to go to the another screen itself. If you want to move from one screen to another screen, which function you can directly, it is not always in the buttons or in icons. If you want to perform an actions means by writing a formulas only you can perform an actions. Okay. So that's the reason if you want to move from this screen to this screen, okay, then what you have to do, which function it is, navigate function. What is that? A navigate function. Okay, navigate. Uh, so you know, right, what is navigate function? Okay, navigate means moving from one screen to another screen. If you want to move from one screen to another screen, then you have to use a function called navigate. In this navigate screen, what you have to use it, like suppose, for example, whatever the screen name is there, you can mention directly screen name only. What is the screen name here? Customer details is the screen name, right? The screen name, I want to go to this screen. What is the screen name here? That screen name here mention. What happened? Why it is getting error? Yeah. See, all the functions are case sensitive. You have to give the proper function name. Okay, don't give small letters all, because this is a case sensitive. All the functions are case sensitive. If n is capital and capital letter only, you have to mention. If it is small letter, small letter. Previously, we have mentioned all the function name as small letters only. Okay, it won't allow it. Understand clearly now? Now see, run the application. Whenever you run the application, see here, click on this one. Then automatically it will comes to this screen or not. Understand or not? See here. Okay. See, in place in this parent screen title name it is showing. In place of this one, I want to put a different title name like the customer details screen. Okay, customer details screen. So see here, that means whenever you click on this particular one, it will go to that particular screen. Without clicking on this preview app also, you can, if you want to perform the button action means how you can do that one. That means alt plus click. What is that? Alt plus click. Then automatically it will happen. In the preview, whatever actions it is performing, by using alt plus click also the same thing it is doing the operation. Understand or not? like this. Suppose, for example, after come here, I want to navigate to that particular screen. I want to go to home screen itself. Then if I want to go back to the previous screen, because what will happen is whenever you run the application, okay, whenever you run the application, you are clicking on this one and it will goes here. Then it will be there here itself. Okay, I want to move from this screen to again it will go to the home screen itself. Then again, see, there is no direct option to go to that particular screen. Again, you have to take some other icons or a button and perform an action. With that only, again, you can go to that particular home screen. Understand clearly or not? See here. Now, in the customer details, so I came from home screen to customer detail. But if I want to go to the customer detail screen too, if I go to the home screen, again, you need to take action related. Whichever action related elements are there, either button or icons, whichever you want, you can take it. Suppose, for example, see here, I'm taking like okay, see here, there is a left arrow is there, right? So this is an icon, okay? By using this icon, we can go to that particular screen, okay? So for this one, if I take the icon having each and every icon having different properties, like see, this is the one, and if you want to rotate it to, like suppose 90 degrees, if you want to rotate it, see here, like this, understand? That means whatever icon you are taking, with that icon, if you want to rotate in different angle, 360 degrees, it will be rotated. Okay. Suppose I'm giving 0. Okay. That means whatever icon you are taking, in that position only it will be there. If you change the rotation 90 degrees, 45 degrees, rotation means like a 360 degrees, it will be rotated. If you want to write it means in the degrees format, you have to give the value in this particular text box, like 25, 30, 40, 45, 90, like that. Understand? Suppose, for example, I'm giving 270. Okay. Like, see how it will be the 270. Like this, it will be. Understand? Like, whichever you want it, but you have to, out of 0 to 360, you can give any number. Okay. Understand clearly or not? Okay. Next one. See here, if it is a display mode, that means for button or icons, okay, you're clicking on something. Like see here, click this one. Something action will be performed. See here, whenever you click on this one, see here, it color is changed. Some action will be performed. So for that action, if the property is changed, always the property need to be like that means display mode is edit only. If you want to perform actions for buttons or icons means the display mode always edit. If you change other than this one, definitely those actions are not worked. Remember this point. Understand? And visual mode, like if you want to off this one, you can off it. Okay. Or else if you want to change the width or height or anything, because see why I'm explaining this icon related one is if you know one icon related properties, other icons are same. Understand or not? That's the reason I'm explaining for this one. Okay. So and you can change the colors also. Suppose which color, suppose whatever the text color is there, the same color I want to perform it. So what you have to do, that means see like this. Understand clearly or not? So this is the color I'm taking. Okay. So for colors related, this is the text color. Okay. This is the background color of that particular icon. Okay. So there are different things out there. If you want to put a border and what border it is, like how much, like see here, solid, dotted line, dash, like that, there are different options will be there. Understand? Okay, focus mode and everything. Okay, see here, sometimes what will happen is suppose when you mouse over it, it is not showing anything here itself. What this indicates, what this icon will indicates, what this button will indicates, that means in the tooltip you have to mention it. Suppose there is a tooltip is there, tooltip property is there. Suppose I'm giving like mm, go to home screen like this. I'm mentioning here. Then see now, okay, when you run the application, see here, go to home screen. That pop will, whenever you mouse over to this particular icon, definitely that pop-up message will shows it like go to that home screen. Okay. So tooltip sometimes it is very, very useful. Okay. So please don't forget it. Now, what I need to do, suppose when I click on this particular one, again, I need to go back to that particular home screen. Then there are two functions out there. What function? Whether I need to use a navigate function or I need to use back function. What? You tell me. Okay. Suppose you are coming from this screen itself. Okay. And you are, whenever I click on this particular one, I want to go back to that screen. Which function we have to use it? There are two functions out there to navigate. That means moving from one screen to another screen. One is navigate function, another one is back function. So in our scenario, navigate function is not required because see here, we are coming from home screen only. When we are coming from home screen, from the customer details to again home screen means immediate action. That means it will go to the previous screen only, right? Better to use back function. No need to use like navigate function. So if you want to use navigate function also fine. But instead of that one, use the different functions like what it is there. Okay. Back function. See, back half, open bracket, close bracket. That's it. Okay. Now see, now run the application. Suppose if I click on this one, from which screen you are coming, it will go to that particular screen. See here, if you click on this one, then immediately it will come to this screen and you click on this one. Again, it will go to the home screen itself like this. This is how the navigation option will be there. So navigation, so whenever use buttons or icons, so very important properties are, see here, like you can change the colors, you can change the text property. So this is the text property or else tooltip also very useful. Okay, very important also because whenever you mouse over it, what that indicate, what action it will be performed. Tooltip will, when you write the information in the tooltip, by reading that, they will understand what action is performed to that particular tooltip, particular button or icons or anything. Understand clearly or not? Okay. Is it clear or not? Okay. So this is about navigation related. Either you have to use navigate function or back functions also. Don't use always navigate because navigate function will occupies more memory when compared to the back function. Okay. Back will occupies less memory. Understand clearly or not? This is what. Is it clear, Prabhavati? Okay, so this is how it will be there. Okay, next one is, suppose for example, what I want to do is in one of the screen itself, I am passing some value. That value I need to call it in another screen itself. Okay, what is my requirement? My requirement is in one screen itself, I'm passing a particular value. That value I need to call it in another screen itself. If I want to call that particular value into another screen, then what concept we have to use? Can anyone give an idea? Do you have any idea on that one? Yes. Yes, actually. Not set. Okay. That we can call it as variable. Okay. So next concept is variable. What is a variable? First of all, we need to discuss a variable. Okay. Variable is nothing but a runtime execution is called as a variables. What is that? A runtime execution is called as variables. Let's see. Suppose, for example, in the parent screen, mm, I want to take this one. Yes. Okay. Says, uh, okay. See here. Now, so now we need to discuss about the variables. Okay. What is a variable? Variable is nothing but runtime execution. That means at the time of running an application, those variables are executed, and variables are hold the output of the functions. Whatever functions results it is getting, those results are held by variables. Understand? Variables, what variables will do? It will hold the output of that particular function. Understand? So that's the reason those variables are executing at the time of running the app only. That means the variables are temporary storage, not permanent storage. So that's the reason. So when you are using variables, the app execution is very fast, because those variables doesn't occupies the memory. Variables doesn't occupies the memory. Okay, those are temporary variables, those are temporary storage data. Understand? At the time of running an applications only, those variables are activated, and the at the time, at that point of time, what function it is there, those function results are stored, and where you have to use the variable, it will present that particular data, and again it will be disappear automatically, or disappear means it will be deleted automatically. Understand clearly? This is called variable. Understand or not? So in this one, what I want to do is, let's see, suppose for example, okay, actually there are different types of variables are there. Okay. What are the different types of variables? There are three different types of variables are there. One is local variables. Another one is global variables. Another one is collection is also a variable. Remember this point. How many types of variables? Three types of variables. One is local variable, another one is global variable, another one is like a collection is also a variable, because those also collection is also temporary storing the data. Temporary table only it will be created. So these are the three different variables are available in Power Apps. Understand or not? First, we need to discuss about local variable. What is a local variable? Local variable is nothing but, so whichever variable you are created, okay, that variable is accessed within the screen only. Okay, in that particular screen, you can call from anywhere. Okay, understand or not? But you cannot access the local variables in another screen itself, because local variables are applicable to that particular screen. We cannot call the local variables in another screen. Let's see practically. Okay. What I'm doing here, it is like, suppose for example, this is the one. See here. Initially, suppose for example, okay, see here, suppose if it is 1, okay. Suppose for example, what I want to display is, okay. See here, I am giving hint. Where is the hint here? Hint also it will be there. Don't know where it is there. Okay. Leave it. Suppose in this text box, whatever I'm entering, suppose for example, take the text box, text input. See here, this is a text input. Suppose for example, we need to take the text box. In this text box, see here, suppose for example, I'm removing the default value and give the hint value as numeric value. What is hint? See, let's see for a text box. See here in this text box, what it is, what it will text box will happen is you can enter the value. Text box means taking an input. What is that? Text box is nothing but taking an input. Understand? Okay. Text box is nothing but taking an input. Okay. That means in the text box, you can enter any value. You can enter numeric value. You can enter character value. You can enter date value. You can enter decimal value. Anything it will allow it. Okay. That means in this text box, you can enter the values. Okay. Understand or not? So in this text box, that the properties are, see here, default property. By default, when you take that, when you use text box, see here, I'm using a text input. So by default, some default value is text input value is there. That means if you want to enter any value in this particular text box, you have to clear this one and enter the value. See here, text input means it will take any input from you. It will take the user input. It will take the user input. Anything like numeric, character, special character, decimal, date value, anything it is accepted. Understand or not? That it is called as text input. In this text input, by default, some text input value will be there. If you are not entering, this is the value it will display. So please remove the default value always. Okay, don't use it. Understand clearly or not? Okay, next one is format. By default, in the text box, it will take only the character values. The data type of that particular text box is character. Character data type. Okay, you can change it to different. Suppose if the text box values, if you want to hold it, numeric values only, then the format of this text box also you can change it. See here, under the property, there is a format is there. In this, by default, this is the text option. That means text option means it will allows character, it will allows date value, it will allows numeric value, it will allows decimal value. But whatever input you are given into that one, that automatically it will convert it into the text format. Understand? So no, I'm giving a numeric. Then why should I convert it into the text? So that's the reason you have to choose a format as number here. Okay. So if it is a numeric value you are giving into that particular one, the format also you have to choose it as a number. Understand? If it is a like a date value, better to choose text value. If it is a decimal, you have to choose number only. If it is a character, you have to choose text only. If it is a special character, you have to choose text only. Like this. Understand clearly now? Okay. So this is what it is happening in the format. Okay. Next one is hint text. In the hint text, what it is happening is in the background of the text box, you see, suppose you are not giving any value in the text box. That means what this text box will indicates. You have to give some hint to the users, right? That's the reason there is an option called hint text. That means in this hint text, whatever value you enter into this particular text box, that in the background it will shows. Understand? See, let's see here. Suppose this is a numeric value. Okay, numerical. When you run the application, see, it will show, see, that text is not there in the text input. Okay, in the text box, the text is there. It is not there. In the background, it is there. So immediately by seeing this text box, what value you can enter it. By using hint, what value you can enter into that particular text box. You can easily identify, right? That's the reason hint option is very important. Understand? Sometimes you have to give hint also. Next one is font. You know, right? Font size, and font weight, style, text alignment. Whatever text you are enter, that text need to be there in the center part or left side or right side, whichever you want. You can do that one. Okay. Understand clearly? Next one is maximum length size. How much value? That means suppose you are entering some numeric value into that particular text box. Okay. You are entering some numeric value into that particular text box. That value, we cannot exceed that particular maximum range. We cannot exceed that range. Okay. Once again. Yeah. Actually, it is namaz is going on. So maybe whenever we are discussing in the class, it's disturbance, it is happening. So that's the reason once it is completed, then we can start now. Okay. So here, the maximum length is, you can put any length here. That means up to this range only we can allow it. Otherwise, it won't allow it. That means that maximum length, if it is there, then you can give it. Okay, up to 32,000 or up to 50,000 only it is allows it, this text box, like that. Okay, if it is a mode is there, there are single mode and multi-line mode and password. If it is a password, see here, if I change the mode is password, then see whatever value I'm entering in the password format only, it will show it. Like, what is happening? One second. We need to change the data type to text. Okay, if it is a password means definitely the data type of the text is okay. Now see here, the password, if it is means that must and should be the text format is text. Okay, it won't allow. See here, if it is, if you change the change the mode to password, then see, you whatever you enter it, you cannot see that particular value. That is the behavior for this text box. See here in this text box. So we have like okay, mode option is password, or else if you want to give multi-line, multiple lines, if you want to allow it, you can give it. Or else if you want to give the single line, see here, there is a single line option also. Okay, in the single line enter data only, you can give the value or like that. Okay, and the display mode is, like suppose there are I told you, right? Okay, so edit mode and view mode. When you click on view mode, you cannot enter anything in this particular text box. See here, you cannot enter anything. In the edit mode only, you can enter the values into that particular text box. Understand? Okay, so next one is like a visible, like all these options, like you can change the colors or anything. All these things, whichever it is, you don't know those things only, I need to cover it. Understand? So this is what it is there. Okay, this is a text box. So in this text box, what I want to do is, see here, suppose for example, I'm entering some value into this particular text box. That value automatically it will display in the label itself. Then what I need to do is, I'm taking a text label. In this text label, so what value you enter here, any value you are enter, that value I need to put it in this label. I need to show it in this label. Okay, see here in this one. Suppose for example, text input value is, okay, something like this. And so if you want to call in the text input, okay, you want to combine this particular normal static value as well as whatever you are enter into that particular text box, that particular value I want to show it. Understand or not? I want to show the static value as well as whichever value I am entering into the text box, that value I need to show it. For that, that means two values I need to combine it. Then which operator you have to use? AND operator, or else concatenate function is also used. But see, there are different ways, right? Not only using concatenate function, we can use by using AND operator also, we can combine multiple columns or anything you can combine. Understand or not? See here, like this. This is a different way. We already know about the concatenate, how you can use it. You have to know this one also. For that, that's the reason I'm writing this one. Understand? And so in a, after and, what you have to do, which value you want to display here. That means whatever the text box value you enter it, in the text box value, whatever you enter it, that value I need to display it here. That means that means what value you are entering into the text box, you don't know. Users also don't know what he's entering. That's the reason what you need to call here. What is this text box name? That text box name you have to call it here. What is the text box name? Text input to. That means here also you need to call. What happened? Did you remove? Yeah. See here in this one, along with this text, I want to call this text input value. If I want to call the text input value inside the text box, what we entered, we don't know what user is entered. Okay, that's the reason you cannot inside the text what you entered, that value you cannot pass it here. You can pass what is this name of this particular text box. That name you have to write it. What is this one? Like a text input, text input. See here. That's it. Text input. That means in this text input, suppose you are passing like a X, Y, Z. See here. The text input value is X, Y, Z. It is showing. Understand clearly? Okay. Is it clear or not? See here. Suppose for example, see here. Suppose for example, I'm entering some value. Not only this one. Suppose you are entering something like 567. See the text input. Automatically it will choose it. Understand or not? So now what you understand it, instead of using concatenate also, if you want to combine multiple columns, means by using ampersand also we can combine it. Understand or not? Okay, this is how. So now see, what is, first of all, we need to discuss about the local variable. What is a local variable? That means whatever variable is there, in that variable, we can store the value. That value can be accessed within the screen itself. Understand? Let's see practically. Suppose, for example, I'm taking one button. I'm taking a button here. One second. Okay. Now see here. So here in this button, what I need to do is, so what I can do is, I'm writing a global variable, local variable. I'm mentioning local variable. So that variable, I need to call it in some other element. Let's see practically. Understand? So in this button, okay. In this text box, whatever you enter it, immediately it will happen. Now, what I need to do? That means in this button, I'm mentioning a variable. In that variable, I can store the text box value, whatever you enter. Okay. Then what will happen whenever you are performing this button at that point of time only the value will be shown in the variable. Otherwise it won't show it. Understand? So for that, what I'm writing here it is, see here how I'm writing a local variable. For local variable, if I want to write a local variable, then you have to use what function? If you want to write a local variable, I told you what function it is. Very good, Prabhavati. Update context, very important. Okay, very important. Variables or concept is very important in Power Apps. Remember, okay, that's the reason. Listen carefully. Update context. In update context, okay, what you have to mention is open bracket. Very important point is put curling braces. Don't forget it. Okay, please. Okay, because there is a difference between local variable and global variable. In local variable, always you have to start with the curling braces. Inside the curling braces only, first you have to write the variable name, local variable, any name you can give. Suppose, for example, local variable. I'm giving like this. This is the name. Okay. And after giving a name, okay, you have to use an operator colon. That means the meaning of this colon is it is treated as is equal to. Understand? But this is the syntax for local variable mentioning. Okay, that means variable name colon again what value you want to enter it here. That means whatever the text input text box value is there, that I can store it into this particular one. Suppose, for example, I'm giving a static value 34. Okay, see here. How's this one? Whenever, see, now I want to show this particular value into the label. Then say here, I'm taking a text label. Okay. Now what I need to call it here is local variable value is, okay, local variable value is, okay, then and what that means, what local variable value it is, like ampersand. Okay, well, inside the button, what variable name you have to call, that variable name only you can call it. What is that one? Local var, right? See, just to mention that one. See here, now you are performing an action at that time only it will shows the value. See here, if you click on button, see here 34 value. If you click on, whenever you click on this button, always it will show because I'm passing a static value. No, I don't want to give the pass a static value. See here, I want to pass dynamically. Then that means in the text box, what value I'm passing, that value only I need to display it in that particular label. That means in place of this static value, see here, this is the value here. This is the variable name, local variable name, colon. After that, you have to give the value. That means value is, what is that? What is the text box name? Text input, right? Text input, text input 2 dot. See, not only mention 2. Okay. In that, what is the format of that particular text input? It is a text, right? You have to call text input dot text. Don't forget it. Understand or not? See, suppose, for example, if you are not writing this one, what is happening? Okay. Now run the application. See here, if I run this one, yeah, I'm giving 567, 678. If I'm giving 678, see here, 678 it is displaying. Okay, 456. See here, whenever I'm entering in the text box, immediately that value is displaying. But here, whenever I'm clicking on this button, at that point of time only that value will be displayed. See here, because button action will be performed after clicking on that one. In the button, you are calling a variable. That variable, whenever you are performing a button action, at that time only variable action will be performed. Understand clearly or not? That's the reason. Okay. See here. Suppose, for example, see in this button, what value you are given here? That means what is the text input name that you want. Sometimes it will throws an error. Understand? Because whenever you are passing, whenever you are passing multiple values, you will see in future, you will see multiple things. Okay. At that point of time, if the particular element in which format is there, so what is the format here? Text, right? Always you have to call with the name dot the format name. What is the format name here of that particular text box? Text, right? You have to call with the text also. Understand clearly or not? Okay, that means here, so whichever value I'm giving in this text box, this value is stored in local variable, and whenever you perform an action, that local variable is called here, because in this label I'm giving a text as well as what variable name, in which whatever variable is there, in that variable what value is there, that I want to display. That's the reason I'm calling directly variable name, local variable name. Understand clearly or not? This is what it is happening. So can we call this variable in another screen itself? No. Let's see practically. What is the variable name? Local variable, right? Suppose, for example, okay, suppose, see here, I'm taking a label here, okay, something, see here, text, okay, and along with that, I'm calling that particular variable name. What is the variable name? Local variable. Is that value is there? No. Local variable cannot access in another scheme. This is the drawback in local variables. Then what you need to do? You need to go with the global variables. Understand? Very important. Those global variables that we can discuss it on Tuesday. There is on Monday, there is no class because of due to Vinayak Chavti. Understand? And today itself, I shared the document in the Google Classroom. Please check it and download it and put it in a safe one. Understand or not? Just before starting of the class, I shared the document in the Google Classroom. Please check each and every one. Understand? And one more thing is, on Monday, there is no class. On Monday, there is no class due to Vinayak Chavithi. Understand? So we can stop it here. On Tuesday, we need to discuss about the global variables and different things like collections, how the collections will be there. Everything discussed on Tuesday itself. Understand clearly or not? Okay. Happy Vinayak Chavithi, advance happy Vinayak Chavithi for each and every one. Monday, there is no class. Understand? Yeah, Monday is holiday, Prabhavati. Monday is holiday. Okay. There is no class on Monday. Understand? So again, we'll meet on. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Prabhavati. Same to you. Okay. So we can stop it here. We'll continue on Tuesday. Okay. Bye, guys.